The Tale of the Curious Camera, Season 3, Episode 9 of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Episode written by Susan Kim, not DJ McHale. She wrote the episode we covered previously, The Tale of the Carved Stone, and we get a great intro to this one, as this Midnight Society is sitting around the campfire and showing pictures of themselves when they were young kids, first or second grade. And you can tell these are actual pictures of the real cast members. Like, look at this picture. Does that look like Kiki? Of course it does. So these people brought their real school photographs, because that's where this story is going to start today. It's going to start with a kid getting his picture taken, and the morose Betty Ann is going to be the storyteller today, so we know we're in for a scary tale. Our main character is named Matt Dorney, and what do you know, he's getting bullied by the class bully Colback, who squirts ketchup in his face right before the school picture, and for some reason he doesn't clear off the ketchup, and the person taking the photograph doesn't carry his ketchup on his face. So anyways, he gets his picture taken with ketchup on his face. But don't worry, this bully is going to get his comeuppance later on. And what I like about this story is it doesn't just focus on the bully. They've done this many times before. We've seen it where a bully messes with someone, then they use a magic wand and turn him into a frog or something. And there's a problem with Matt's pictures. When he actually gets them, he sees that he's not there at all. It's just a picture of a blank canvas. And he goes to the photographer, Mr. Calhoun, and tells him he can't bring this to his parents. There's nothing here. Mr. Calhoun tells Matt that he doesn't do refunds, but he does have something that he can give him. This old antique camera. And this works like a Polaroid camera, when as soon as you take the picture, it'll print out the picture right from the camera. You don't have to get the film developed. And he starts taking pictures of things around him. And this episode is very smart in the way that it's written. It's not clear exactly what this camera can do. He starts taking pictures of his shirt, then he looks at the picture and sees that his shirt has an ink blot on it. Looks down, and he sees there's an ink blot. So can this camera tell the future? He takes a picture of a plant, and it shows that this plant falls on the ground and is broken. And then what do you know? The plant falls on the ground and breaks. So it seems like this camera can not only predict the future, but makes bad things happen to the things you take pictures of. So you don't want to be in front of this camera. It might show you in a car crash, or getting punched, or falling down the stairs. And there's a pretty edgy scene as well, where he takes a picture of his fish tank, and then when he looks back at the fish tank's all up in smoke. They cut away from it quickly, but they're trying to make the point that these fish are dead. This fish tank, which was completely fine and full of goldfish before, is now up in smoke and they're all gone. Man, Betty Ann's so edgy. So since Matt is such a nice kid, he doesn't have a need for this evil camera. He throws it in the trash. But when he goes to school, he finds that the camera is in his locker. That's right, you can't just throw this thing away. It'll appear in your locker beside your bed. It can come back to life, but also seems to be telling him something. Why would it appear in his locker? Well, the bully comes up to him and starts messing with him, trying to get his lunch money. So Matt takes a sly picture of the bully, and what do you know? A minute later, one of these lockers falls on the bully and he ends up getting hurt. So, if you really want to hurt someone, you can use this camera. Maybe if someone's going to rob you, you just go, hey, hold on, robber. Take a picture of him. But it doesn't work instantly, so you have to wait a few minutes. Yeah, I guess this wouldn't be very practical during a robbery, but I guess if you just wanted to hurt someone, you could use it for that. But Matt is a bit of a doofus. He keeps accidentally taking pictures of things. He does this 3 times during the episode. He accidentally takes a picture of his sister, and then he has to save her as a chandelier comes crashing down. And then he accidentally takes a picture of his parents, and it shows that they're going to get into a car crash, so he has to stop this car crash. So this thing is better off just being deleted from planet Earth. Matt's not using this in the right way. He's not taking pictures of evil dictators and having them disappear. He's just randomly flashing his neighbors, even though there's obviously a button right at the top that you have to press down on. I don't know how he keeps doing this. Character Matt is played by Eddie K. Thomas, who was Finch in the American Pie movies, and also Rosenberg and Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Their pothead friend. Yeah, my friend had Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, and I was at the perfect age to enjoy that movie. That scene with Freak Show, still hilarious. And Eddie does a good job in this role. One thing with these kid actors you notice is some of them just don't say their lines very clearly. They're obviously mumbling, they're reading off a cue card. That's going to be my standard for kid actors. Can you understand what they're saying? And are they looking in the right direction as they're saying it? I like this kid, even though he keeps taking pictures of people for absolutely no reason. He's got a happy trigger finger. So he has to find a way to defeat this camera. So he uses the old mirror trick he has the camera take a picture of himself, because after all, that would have it explode, right? But he was told by this photographer when he tried to return this evil camera that there's a little gremlin in the camera. This just shows up as a stencil outline on the pictures. You don't actually see like a person in a costume, but it works well enough. And once this camera takes a picture of itself in the mirror, the gremlin then jumps to the camcorder. Oh man, we went from the 1940s to the 1990s. This episode is an absolute blast from the past. Camcorders, who has those anymore? And the camcorder starts going crazy, and it seems like he's defeated this camcorder by turning off the TV. But come on, this gremlin keeps jumping back and forth, and this time it infests his computer, and that's where the episode ends. It's another one of those good endings because he saved his parents, but we're going to see he's going to have more trouble now with his computer. And I like the way they did this because they show several scenes where he's on his computer. It's not turned on, but the way that they're framing it, it's like something might happen with his computer. There's no reason for this thing to be taking up so much of the shot. And of course it was foreshadowing, so now the gremlin's in the computer. And we get a nice Windows 95. Nope, we're not in 95 yet. This is 1994. So what are we on? Windows 3.1. Yeah, it's on the Windows 3.1 computer. It's in the Windows 3.1 interface. I do remember messing with Windows 95, but I know nothing about anything before that time. Apparently the first version of Windows 1 was in 1985. Good to know. So I'm going to give it The Tale of the Curious Camera an 8 out of 10. It has a great ending where it jumps from the computer. I love the fact that it infects this camcorder and it starts going crazy. And it's original take because you're not sure when he takes a picture of something what exactly is going to happen, because it's not like every time he takes a picture of someone they die. Bully didn't die. His sister probably wouldn't have died, even though I think the prop was obviously a very small chandelier. She mentioned, oh, I could have been killed by that chandelier. It's like, no. That thing was tiny. It was like 2 feet above you. But the parents, yeah, they're about to get in a car crash. They absolutely were going to die. Catherine Giaquinto played the sister Amy, and she was in, I don't want to say the series again, Ready or Not, of course. She was also in the movie Loser. That is the most 90s soundtrack of any movie in existence. Their last acting credit in 2012, The Ghastly Love of Johnny X. Before that, 2002. So she's doing other stuff. And a fun fact at the top, the basketball team's insignia of a Wolverine, when they started the episode, is actually that of the Sudbury Wolves, an Ontario Hockey League team. Another reference I would never get. Next up is episode 10, The Tale of the Dream Girl. It stands at an 8.9 rating. That means it's one of the highest rated episodes. Is it going to be good? Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I'll let you know in a few days when I review it. And also check out our playlist for all the series we've covered so far. We're currently doing every single episode of Black Mirror, Twilight Zone, Mystery Science Theater 3000, Are You Afraid of the Dark? We've already done Monsters, Fear Itself, Pet Shop of Horrors, Cowboy Bebop, and Tales from the Dark Side. Thanks a lot.